Hi, my name is Michael Grinder. I love studying nonverbal communication. The easiest way to improve your own is sometimes by watching experts and go, what they do seems so fluid and natural, but oftentimes there's a formula to it. There's a structure to what seems so easy and effortless. And we're going to watch someone who's really, really good, and we're going to show you what he's actually doing so you can duplicate, you can mimic, you can emulate this particular person. His name is Mark. Watch his talk about male and female styles of communication. We're going to see about 45 seconds. I'm going to see it a second time, and I'll show you what he actually did.
Okay, so now we're going to start discussing men's brains, women's brains, and how they're very different from each other. Now, I want to start with men's brains, all right?
Now, I know we're going to only see 45 seconds of this particular segment, but I want to make sure you recognize, what did he just do? If you would, when you want to go to a new location, look sideways. Most of us are trained never to break eye contact with the audience. Break eye contact. Why do you want to have different locations? Let each location represent an idea, a concept, and it will last longer in their brains because it's associated with the location. Watch how he turns sideways.
Discussing men's brains, women's brains, and how they're very different from each other. Now, I want to start with men's brains.
He walked all the way over sideways to the audience, and then he settles himself. Now watch his eyes. We're so trained never to break eye contact. He breaks eye contact, but he looks at something.
All right, now men's brains are very unique. Men's brains are made up of little boxes. And we have a box for everything. We've got a box for the car. We've got a box for the money. We've got a box for the job.
Now, it may seem so easy to do, but if you would, watch again. He pauses his hands as he says different content areas. Job, box, for the car, the children. Watch. Learn to pause your hands as you are talking.
Box for everything. We've got a box for the car. We've got a box for the money. We've got a box for the job. We've got a box for you.
He's going to say a funny one.
We got a box for the kids. We got a box for your mother somewhere in the basement. We got.
Now, it seems like, gosh, he's such a pro. What can I emulate from him? There's a concept that is rather advanced, and I encourage you to really think about it and then watch lots of people and see if it's true. Normally what you do is you join the audience. It's called pacing. Talk about something they want to talk about. Then talk about something that you want to talk about. Change. And as you change, that's called leading. So pace, lead. Pace, lead. Now, if you're telling a funny thing, most people will pace, lead. The whole audience laughs, and then you wait for the laughter to come all the way down. Now you have to pace again. But if you want, there's a secret here. And that is pace, lead, tell the joke. And as the audience starts to laugh or applause, as they start to change, as they start decreasing in their volume, before it gets to the bottom, change whatever you're doing. If you've been quiet, be loud. If you've been moving, stop. If you've been stopped, move. Listen how he does it. He makes sure that he goes pace to lead, to lead, to lead. He doesn't have to go back to pacing. Brilliant.
For your mother somewhere in the basement. We got boxes everywhere.
He changes. Why? He's still leading the group. He's not just pacing them. And that's what's so brilliant about it. Now we want to go to another section and show you something else that he does that he's so good. You want to really, really copy people and literally see if you can do the same voice, the same pace of their voice. See if you can do the same gestures. See if you can do the same movement. Now he's going to go from one location to another location. You'll see that he has statues of both the male and the female brain. Smart. Why? He gets to break eye contact with the audience. That means that when he does look at the audience, which is different than his baseline of looking at the statues, must be important.
And then we close the box and put it away, being very, very careful not to touch any other boxes.
It seems so simple, but watch what he's doing. When he finishes a location, he freezes, he pauses, and when he's ready, then his whole body changes. His head comes up, he turns sideways, the hand gestures come back towards his torso. Watch. But watch the freeze, and then he moves.
Other boxes.
He walks sideways. Most of us, we walk and continue to look at the audience. Don't. Go sideways. Now watch it. He comes over to a new location. He's going to settle himself. Most of us, we talk as we move into the location. Get to the location, settle, and you'll be okay. Watch how he does it. Where's his eyes? Watch his body. He sways just a little bit to make sure he has balance on the weight in both legs. Watch him do it again. Watch him settle as he comes into the new location. Then he talks. Now, here's something that is important to consider. He's over here and he's at the male brain. I'm going to turn off the sound. He finishes here and he's going to start walking over towards the female brain. Now, here's the rule of thumb. If you go to a brand new location for the very first time, you have to talk as you go there. But if you've already been at a location, you can go back without talking. So, rule of thumb, return to a location in silence. Create a new location by almost a pretense of talking as you go to the location. Watch. Yes, he's good. Yes, he gets great applause. But watch him. What does he do with his body?
And then we close the box and put it away, being
When he's ready,
very careful.
he goes to a new location
any
in
other
silence.
boxes.
After pausing, look at that, look at that, look at that. Look him down. Watch him settle. He settles in the new location. Now he's there. He's so good. But there's structure to it. It's not just happenstance. Now we're going to jump ahead about a half a minute because there's so many good things, and you can watch this on YouTube yourself. It's called The Tale of Two Brains. You can also type in the nothing box, and you'll get to the same location. He has a whole video that you can purchase that will give you the whole program. Well worth watching. We're now going to watch him go to a situation where he's going to pause his hands. And as he pauses his hands, it's going to look like it's effortless. No, there's structure to it. Watch.
Now, women's brains are very, very different from men's brains. Women's brains are made up of a big ball of wire.
Watch the hands. Watch the hands. They do pause.
And everything is connected to everything. The money's connected to the car, and the car's connected to your job, and your kids are connected to your mother, and everything's connected to everything.
Watch it. Watch it. See if you can duplicate this. As he's doing it, I'm going to see if I can do my hands at the same time.
And everything's connected to everything. And it's like...
Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. But watch also how he's still doing his pace lead. So when he finished over at the male, he let this applause go completely silent. He comes over to the female, and now he starts again. So there's times when you can do pace lead, then go back to being pace lead again. But once you have it, come on. As you hear the volume change in terms of the applause in the audience, change what you're doing. Listen. If you would, look away from the picture and just listen auditorily.
It's connected to everything. And it's like...
So he looks up as the volume changes. Now watch him turn his head sideways. It doesn't matter what you do. Just change what you're doing when the volume changes and you're still leading them. Ah, it is so artistic to do it that way. We're now going to jump way ahead to at least 10 minutes and watch him do a series of activities that just is absolutely brilliant. And remember, keep in mind, we're strongly suggesting that your longest term memory that your audience will have is when you act differently than you've been acting so far. So we're going to first show you what he does, and then we'll go back through and explain what he does.
And that's when she starts reaching for the knives and stuff. She's going to stab you if you keep it up, okay? Now, a woman, she senses her husband's all stressed out. She loves him. Therefore, she offers to him her best and finest solution. Talk to me.
Come on. It's funny, but watch what he did. He made sure he walked sideways. He got to the location, then he starts talking.
She loves him. Therefore, she offers to him her best and finest solution.
Watch. He settled. Now he talks. Now watch what he does. Talk about lead. Whew, brilliant. He's not looking at the audience. His whole body is sideways. He has been upright the whole time. That means if he kneels, that's a change from his baseline long-term memory. Watch.
Why won't you talk to me?
What's the most important thing you want to say to an audience? What's the top 3? New location for each one, different body, change what you're doing with your eyes, change your voice. So take your nonverbals, visual, auditory, kinesthetic, and breathing. Save the change for when things are really important for you to convey. Emulate. Find people that you can turn off the sound and just watch them. Change and mimic their hands. Now, look away from them and listen to their voice. Can you duplicate the voice? Be the best you can be. And you're going to do that by understanding your own nonverbals. Michael Grinder here. Watch the experts and emulate.